Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and recently we got even more surprising updates over on the Dragonflight beta. This week we finally get to dive into Mythic Plus dungeons, as Ruby Life Pools and Azure Vault become available for testing over the weekend. More tier set changes are announced for the next upcoming build, with many of these updates focused on further improving the class gameplay experience as well as performance. And while our tier sets are getting buffed, some of our classes are getting nerfed instead. So in today's video, I wanted to go over all of the recent class changes, as well as upcoming tier set updates over for the next build of the Dragonflight beta. But right before that, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as hit the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you're looking to get regular class and content updates for all the future and upcoming Dragonflight beta builds. First, I want to go over the upcoming improvements to class tier sets planned for next week. Starting with the Feral Druid. The Feral Druid tier set is seeing an upgrade that plays better into its bleed focused gameplay. The 2-piece bonus is simply being buffed, while the 4 set is increasing the damage of Rip, Rake, and Thrash by 2% per comp point spent into a finisher. Additionally, the crit chance of Shred, Rake, Swipe, Brutal Slash, and Thrash is increased by 2% as well. This new 4-set bonus puts more emphasis on bleed-focused gameplay, passively increasing your damage output with simple buff maintenance playstyle. The 4-set also enhances crit strike value of common point builders, which allows for even more resource generation, resulting in a smoother gameplay experience in all forms of endgame content. The Guardian Druid tier set is also being adjusted. The ability of Mangle with the proc of Gore will deal 30% more damage to all nearby targets with a 5-target soft cap. These empowered Mangles will also increase your combat effectiveness, increasing all damage you do while reducing all damage that you take. The 4-set also makes Gore more likely to proc. Using Mangle with Gore will also heal you over 6 seconds, which further increases your overall survivability. Gore can proc from most abilities like Thrash, Swipe, Moonfire, and Maul. The faster you use these abilities, the more procs you will gain. The ability to Mangle can also be modified with further damage enhancements and can cleave multiple foes while enhanced with Incarnation. Beastmaster Hunters are getting a 4-piece bonus that better synergizes with their overall gameplay. With the 2-piece has a chance to reset the cooldown of Barb Shot, the new 4-set bonus buffs the damage of the bleed, causing it to bolster the damage of your next kill command by 20%. This change greatly enhances the value of your combat pets in single target and AoE situations. With the talent of War Orders, it may create a unique playstyle where you rotate between kill commands and barb shots for increased burst output. The Survival Hunter tier set has also seen an upgrade, which primarily involves ability damage increases. Your 2-set bonus will enhance your combat abilities by 5 extra %, and the 4-set will have a high chance of reducing the resource cost of certain combat abilities while enhancing their effect by 50%. The class of Monk is also seeing minor adjustments. The Mistweaver tier set is being fixed to correctly function with the melee fist-weaving playstyle, where the ability of Feline Stomp should function appropriately with your Mistweaver bonus. The Woundwalker set will increase the raw damage output of your Fists of Fury instead of enhancing your versatility while channeling the ability. The Holy Paladin tier set bonus is being replaced with a more passive bonus that's fairly easy to manage while providing consistent throughput value. The 2-piece set bonus, Holy Shock, grants a buff that increases the crit chance of all spells by 4% for 10 seconds, with the 4-set increasing the healing of Holy Light, Flash of Light, Light of Dawn, and Bestow Faith. Critical heals with these abilities also increase the damage or healing of your next Holy Shock by 20%. This new tier set bonus creates a much more active interaction between your healing effects and the ability of Holy Shock, while keeping the ability flexible for both healing and damage purposes. We also see updates to the spec of Retribution, who are getting a new tier set bonus. Based on community feedback, the previous set had limited AoE potential and changed the rotation to favor Consecration, which many did not find enjoyable. The new 2 set empowers all of your strongest holy power generating abilities by a considerable amount. while the 4th set increases the output of holy power spenders. The enhancement shaman is seeing major tier set improvements, starting with a 2-set bonus. Storm Strike will increase the damage of your next fire, frost, or nature ability by 10%, causing it to generate 1 stack of Maelstrom weapon. This change makes the 2-piece a lot more flexible, playing off of your elemental abilities without necessarily forcing shamans to spec heavily into a lava lash focused playstyle. The Restoration Shaman tier set is also being upgraded. A lot of shamans found the previous 4-set bonus somewhat counterintuitive. Gaining combat enhancements after one of your water totems expires wasn't synergetic with the Cloudburst gameplay. So the 4th set has been adjusted to instead increase all critical healing effects by an additional 15%. Overall, this is a much more impactful tier set bonus that will greatly enhance Shaman's healing output, which will improve their effectiveness in all forms of endgame content. Duster Warlocks also have gained a new, more consistent tier set bonus. The previous 4-piece offered too much randomness and lacked any form of control. This created situations where you saw yourself do less damage simply because you got unlucky procs. To help your playstyle feel more consistent, the new bonus increases the damage of all critical strikes, which synergizes into the gameplay of Destruction Warlock, especially for the ability of Chaos Bolt, which is already a guaranteed crit. Overall, this new bonus should help improve the consistency of this playstyle going forward. Next, I want to go over some of the recent class nerfs that got implemented over the weekend, starting with the class of Demon Hunter. First, the self-healing of Soul Rending is being cut in half for both the tank and the DPS playstyle, which will reduce your overall survivability. The Havoc Demon Hunter sees reductions to talents that buff the damage of Chaos Strike, Fell Rush, Blade Dance, Burning Wound, and Immolation Aura. The talent of Essence Break is also being made less effective, enhancing Chaos Strike and Blade Dance by only 80%. The critical bonus of Initiative is being reduced by 3, and the overall uptime on Metamorphosis is seeing cutbacks as well. We also got some changes to the Balanced Druids, who found themselves in a dominant DPS position over the last few weeks, starting with the talent of Orbit Breaker, which will occur less often in combat. The talent of Arcanic Pulsar will require even more astral power in order for you to gain its combat benefits. The talents of Elune's Guidance and Rattling Stars have also become less effective. The ability of Star Search becomes more expensive to cast and sees its overall value reduced by 35%. And the same goes for Starfall, also seeing its damage reduced by 35%. Finally, the passive of Shooting Stars sees reductions in both its damage as well as resources generated. The Retribution Paladin is the next melee class to receive nerfs this week. Templar's Verdict, Final Verdict, and Divine Storm all have been cut back by 35%, which reduces both your burst damage as well as your sustained output when it comes to your holy power spenders. The talent of Ashes to Dust reduces the chance of resetting Wake of Ashes instead of Blade of Justice, which will reduce your overall resource generation capabilities. Execution Sentence will collect 10% of all damage done instead of 20%, which greatly reduces its burst capabilities. Finally, the Templar's Vindication talent has also seen nerfs as well, reducing its proc rate and maximum damage. And the final melee class to get knocked down a peg is the class of Rogue. First of all 3 specs will see reductions to the talents of Alacrity, as well as the 2 capstones of Thistlety and Find Weakness. Assassination Rogues see a mixed set of changes this week, starting with all damage abilities being reduced by 34%. Damage reductions to talents like Doomblade and Systemic Failure. Energy regeneration is also being toned back a little in this build. Besides nerfs, Assassination does receive a few buffs, primarily to the new ability of Deathmark, which replaces Vendetta. Talents like Poison Bomb, Sepsis, Tiny Toxic Blade, and Kingsbane are also receiving damage buffs as well. Outlaw Rogues sees all ability damage roughly reduced by 15%. This recent update heavily nerfs energy regeneration, where both the talent of Fatal Flourish as well as the Combat Potency passive have all been reduced, which can currently result in very sluggish gameplay. Talents that buff pistol shot like quick draw and greenskin have all seen damage decreases as well, which will impact out the rogue's burst capabilities. Finally, we have the spec of subtlety, who sees all ability damage reduced by 17%, though without any detailed adjustments like we see with assassination or outlaw. And for now, that's going to be all of the recent class changes, as well as all the upcoming improvements coming to tier set bonuses in a future Dragonflight beta build. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the recent class nerfs? Do you feel that some of these updates maybe go a little bit too far and could potentially be reined back in the future Dragonflight build? What do you think about the upcoming improvements to the class tier sets? Are there other tier set bonuses that you wish were also addressed in this next upcoming build? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.